With Halloween around the corner and in the month of October, we're gonna go over those whiskeys that might be a little scary for our average bourbon and whiskey drinker. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Carlos. Thank you for joining me. Boom, boom, pow, here on a very scary whiskey corner, because we're in October, guys. I mean, Halloween is right around the corner. It is the time to be spooked. Oh yeah, you know it is.
Did somebody say spooked? Yes, you will be spooked when I take all your bourbon, all your samples.
What the hell was that? I swear, like every year, something weird happens like that. I guess we'll see how that plays out. But either way, we're back. Thank you. Excuse the glitch or whatever the hell that was. Whatever. Either way, thank you for stopping by, checking out the video, and checking out the channel. You guys are amazing, and if you can do me a favor, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, because yeah, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. You guys can help me out with that, and trying to do it before the end of the year. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it there, but we can get as close as possible, and you can help me out with that. So really would appreciate it. Thank you. I'll thank you in advance. Either way, what are we doing today? We're gonna go over some scary-ish type of whiskeys, because we're in the month of October, or some whiskeys, I guess better said, that are scary for your average or even new whiskey drinkers to try. So yeah, thought it would go hand in hand with this month and the spookiness and the scariness and all of that, and yeah, we can get started. So these are 8 that I've picked that I think either the profile or the type of whiskey they are or whatever it is a little worrisome or scary for your average drinker to, I guess, taste. So the very first one that I'm gonna say is peated whiskey. Yeah, peated whiskey. Here I have Lagavulin. Now this is an 11-year-old Offerman. Love this one. This one was the one that was finished in Guinness cask. I really like this, but Lagavulin is a peated whiskey. Now, it's already a little scary or a little difficult for a bourbon drinker to get into Scotch, but you throw peat in the mix and most people are like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. But it's good. I mean, I really like it, but I do like peat whiskeys. I do like Scotch whiskeys. And this one, I think if you're gonna try one, there's a few that I can give you a list of, and we can definitely have that conversation. But this is definitely one that should be on your list to try. Yeah, could be scary though. Kind of being in that same type of vein, this next one could be a little scary as well, you know? And it's because I think the lack of knowledge that people have. I could tell you that at first I didn't know anything about it, so I didn't know what to expect, right? But it is Japanese whiskey. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the whole thing that people think that it should be more like Scotch. Maybe it's that they leave out the E out of the whiskey and it's only a Y. Ooh, scary. Or maybe you just don't know what to expect. But yeah, Japanese whiskey is definitely one of those that some people are more hesitant to try, more hesitant to get into. And I get it. You know, it's definitely something that could be scary to taste, but I think if you're gonna taste one, Hibiki Harmony is a pretty good one. So definitely try to taste one of those. This next one, I have to say, is one that the bourbon world is, well, I think the whole whiskey world, quite honestly, is very much scared to actually buy a bottle, right? And I don't know if it's because the bad publicity or bad hype that it has around it, or because people really get this type of taste. But it's the Big D. No, not that Big D, but this Big D. And none other than the Dickel. Oh yeah. So yes. I heard a whole bunch of people, or I've had conversations with people like, oh, I don't like Dickel. Well, which one have you tried? And they'll tell me like the Tabasco one. Oh, well, I could see why you don't like Dickel, right? And I'm not saying that I'm a Dickel fan, right? I am saying though that there is one or two that I might not have a problem with. I do like them in some types of blends as well. So I'm not totally discarding Dickel, right? There are some that I don't like this one. This is their 15-year one. I particularly, and these were like different batches, these are single barrels, but at least this one is not my jam. So I definitely get it. What people are saying is that they get those Flintstone vitamin notes. And that could be true, and I definitely get one from this one. But I have a 11-year-old bottled in bond, I have a 13-year-old bottled in bond, I have an 8-year-old bourbon that I don't mind drinking, quite honestly. So, you know, I guess you have to try it. Don't just go along with everybody else and say, I don't like Dickel. But your average bourbon or Scotch or whiskey drinker might be scared to try some Dickel.
That's what she said.
Did you plan it?
No.
This next category is a little weird one because it is corn whiskeys, right? So in bourbon, we know that you have to be at least 51% corn, right? And then corn is a very big grain that goes into a lot of whiskeys, right? Even if it's not bourbon. But when you go 100% of something, like mellow corn, then you don't know what to expect. It might be a little scary for you, it might be a little worrisome. Now, this is a cheap bottle, right? It's a very cheap bottle, and it's something that, you know, you could get for like 18 bucks. Try it. If you don't like it, well, you're out 18 bucks and whatever. But I get it. Like, I get why, if it's 100% corn whiskey with nothing else in there, no rye, no wheat, no malted barley, it might be a little scary to taste, but that is definitely one that will make this list, because yeah, you might be scared to try it. Now, this one is definitely on my list, and I am very standoffish, very worried to try these and to actually buy a bottle after tasting a few of them. So any new bottles, and I'm sorry, that come out with this type of finish is something that I definitely am scared of tasting or worrisome of tasting. And that is tequila finished whiskeys. Now, with that said, I have to say this isn't bad. I think I have, yeah, the short barrel El Jefe 3, or the third edition of El Jefe, is not bad either, right? It's probably the best one that I've tasted out of all the tequila ones. But that's a stretch for me. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying it's okay. But I'm gonna be scared to taste other tequila whiskeys. So yeah, that might be something that that other average whiskey drinkers might be scared of as well. To that same note, some people might be scared of tasting some whiskeys that are finished in some weird stuff, or might not even be whiskey. They kind of skate on that line, right? And I'll show you two of these, right? First is the Balcones Rumble. Oh yeah. So this is, I don't think this is even a whiskey, quite honestly, and it's a single barrel from Total Wine, and it is in the whiskey section. But this is Rumble Cask Reserve, single barrel. A Texas wildflower, honey, turbinado, sugar, and mission fig spirit. Doesn't even say that it's a whiskey, right? But it's in the whiskey aisle. You think it's Balcones, so you're like, oh, this is a Texas whiskey. And it might not be, right? It's a weird mixture. Now, I'm not here to say that's good or bad. That's not for this video. But I will say that it's a little weird, right? So you might be worrisome. Same thing with this one. This is Hercules and Mulligan. Now, again, it's a little weird. This is rum and rye. Now, this is rum, rye whiskey, ginger, and bitters. So it's essentially, it's like a mixed drink, right? It's 86 proof, and it does taste, you know, different than your average whiskey. So these weird Finnish whiskeys could be something that somebody might be like, I don't know if I really want to try it, right? But yeah, it is what it is. While we get to our last two, I want to remind you to please subscribe, because that would really hook it up. I would really appreciate it, and you would be awesome to help out, because definitely trying to get to that goal of 5,000. This next one is trying a whiskey from a state that you don't know. It could be any state. It could be Wyoming, Oregon. Shoot, I don't know. Ben Holiday has Missouri, right? It's getting a whiskey from a weird state that normally isn't attributed to whiskey. Nowadays, anybody can make whiskeys, and that's a really fine line. A lot of people can make rye whiskeys, right? Here in Florida, I can tell you that I'm very weary of trying Florida whiskeys. Why? Because I've been burned before. So I'm definitely scared of tasting Florida whiskeys. Not just St. Augustine, there's other ones. Old St. Pete Distillery, there's Old Buck or Young Buck or something like that. There's a few of them, guys, but I'm very weary or scared or standoffish to try a lot of the Florida whiskeys, because yeah, a lot of it is not good, I will say. This is probably one of the better ones, I will say. St. Augustine port finish, pretty freaking good. But some of the other ones, I will tell you, it's kind of garbage, right? At least for my taste. Might not be, but I mean, I guess you can look at it yourself and see what you think, but at least those are my thoughts. And the last category is those very, very inexpensive whiskeys. Oh yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that you go to the store and they're under $20 and you're like, I don't know if I should really try this, right? I don't know, even though it's like 15 bucks, if I should really waste my time and money on this whiskey. We've all been there, right? And I guess if you're just trying to get drunk, which I don't recommend, whatever would work, right? You can go have vodka for all the hell I care, right? But if you're trying to have a good pour, then it really sucks to have a pour of some really bad, cheap whiskey. I mean, come on, let's be serious. Here, we get Early Times Bottled and Bond for $14. If you didn't know anything about Early Times Bottled and Bond, you would be a little standoffish, although this is amazing. And if you see this in your area, especially under $20 like we do here, you should definitely buy it. But if you don't know or you're just getting into it, you might be scared of this. You might be a little standoffish because you don't know what to expect. And you don't want to waste, again, your time and your money on something that is probably going to be a drain pour. Let's be honest. So those are my top, I guess, whiskeys or types of whiskeys that regular average drinkers or newbies will be afraid to drink. I don't know. I know it's a weird video, but I think it's kind of goes hand in hand with this spooky, scary month leading up to Halloween. Let me know, comment below, what are those that you might be scared of tasting? Put it below. Or how did I get this? Did you do you agree with my picks here? Could be, could not be. Let me know. Love talking back and forth with you guys. Please do me some favors. I already told you to help me out and subscribe, but check out the Patreon in the description. As little as $3 a month will definitely help out the channel, help us out, and put some more content out for you. Please like or dislike this video. Lastly, I want you to not worry about these whiskeys. Go and have a pour of one of your favorite whiskeys and enjoy that whiskey. Cheers.